Hey everyone, Waterfall Joe here. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we don't have any fancy gear reviews or anything like that. Today we're just going to have some old school Waterfall Joe going out to a waterfall with the OM-1 Mark II. We're going to go take some photos of waterfalls. I'm just going to show you some pretty pictures, some of my techniques that I like to use for waterfall photography. Pretty low-key video. You know, this is kind of an old school thing that I used to do. This is what my channel was started about, was just classic waterfall photography. So today we're just going to go out, have some fun, hopefully get some good pictures. Hopefully the waterfalls are flowing good. You get to listen to me blabble on about the weather and Connecticut waterfalls and all that stuff. So other than that, let's dive into the adventure. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. I am so close to 3,000 subscribers, so I would appreciate your subscribe very much if you're new to the channel. Other than that, let's head out and go find some waterfalls. All right, everyone, we're on our way to the first waterfall of the day, but I had to do a quick pit stop. For any of you who know who I am, you'll know that I absolutely love cars. I'm a big car enthusiast, and I just found a Honda S2000 for sale on the side of the road here at F40 Motorsports in Portland, Connecticut. Good people here. Unfortunately, I can't afford this car, but one day I will own an S2000. Mark my words, guys. Mark my words. You will see one of these on the channel one day. I promise you that. A little bit high on the miles, but because it's a Honda, this legendary F22 engine will last forever, so 150,000 is nothing for an S2000. There's that legendary 6-speed manual that everyone loves so much, and that's what makes this car so special, is that amazing manual transmission. Alright, we're going to move on to the waterfall now. One day, guys, as I said, you will see an S2000 on this channel, I promise you that. Let's head to the waterfall now. Alright everyone, so here's my composition here. We're at f5.6 ISO 200, 1/3 of a second. Of course, this is my OM-1 Mark II with the OM-12 to 40. For those of you who don't know, I have a circular polarizer on the front, but other than that, all we're using are the live ND. We are using live ND, my favorite feature, of course. And this is our composition here. I really kind of like that this rock kind of leads your eye up to the waterfall. Of course, I love the autumn colors here. I am not sure what kind of trees these are, but they are absolutely beautiful, and it's like almost like pink. It's November 5th, and it's amazing. We have some beautiful pink colors. It reminds me of spring. So here's the shot we're going for. I really like that the waterfall's kind of centered by the beautiful autumn foliage. We do have a little bit of a reflection here in the water. It is mostly cloudy, which is great. The sun is kind of popping off here and there just to get a little bit of color. But yeah, this one's absolutely amazing. This is a beautiful waterfall. Got some great autumn foliage before it all falls off in a few weeks. So I want to give a big shout out to my friends Lisa and Tom Kachara. They showed me a really cool feature. So on the front of the cameras, you have these buttons that you can program, and I actually have it programmed to be my ND filter. So you can see ND on, ND off. But I did not know that you can hold this or turn this on, hold it, and then spin the back dial, and you can pick different ND filters instead of having to go into the menu. This whole time I was going into the menu to pick different ND filters. But now I've learned that I can press my function button and spin the back dial and pick my different stops, which is absolutely amazing. Same goes for the graduated ND filters too. I can't tell you how great it is to be out here waterfalling again. It's been months since I've been out waterfalling. October and September were just so dry for Connecticut. Of course, we have autumn foliage now, but everything was just so dry, and it always seemed to be sunny on my day off. It's like it knows that I want it to be rainy and overcast, so it's sunny every day I'm off. Luckily today, I got lucky, it's overcast. We did just get a lot of good rain over the weekend, so all of the waterfalls are flowing good. This is just our first stop today. I do have a couple more I want to show you guys. If you haven't been to any of these, if you're in Connecticut or if you're in New England, I would highly recommend you come out and check out these waterfalls. They're absolutely amazing. I think too many people sleep on Connecticut for being a good state for waterfalls. I think a lot of people like to go up to New Hampshire and Maine and Vermont, which of course has a lot more and a lot bigger waterfalls, but don't sleep on Connecticut, man. We got some great waterfalls here, I'll tell you. I think we picked an absolutely perfect day to be here at Shipyard Falls. These autumn colors are absolutely spectacular, and I actually don't even know what this is. If anyone's an expert on plants and foliage, please let us know what this plant is, because I absolutely love it's pink and it's November. I'm gonna try to get a little bit closer and do some handheld waterfall photography. Hopefully I don't die. Let's check it out. I'm not sure if you guys can hear me or not. I don't know if this is too much distance, but if you can hear me, I want to say that one of my favorite things about the OM-1 Mark II is the fact that the IBIS is so good on this. I have no tripod with me. I'm doing 1-second waterfalls up here at the waterfall. And look how portable this is. You know, camera with the 12-40. I don't have to bring any heavy equipment. I don't have to lug a big tripod all the way up here. I have just my camera and myself. It is so convenient to just bring this, use the live ND with the circular polarizer on there, get about 1 second long exposures. And I can't express it enough how much I love the portability of this camera and this system. It is, if you're into anything like this, you know, if you don't shoot with this camera, it's really something I'd recommend you look into. It really makes my photography that much better for me, not having to dread carrying all this weight with me. So if you're into waterfalls, if you're into hiking, I would highly recommend this system, the OM system cameras, if you're not in them already. They are such a joy to use out here in the field. I'm gonna head back to the car and we're gonna head on to the next waterfall. This was just the first of a few that I have planned to visit today. As long as it stays cloudy, I think I'm gonna get a few more in for you guys. So let's wrap up this part of the video and we're gonna head on to the next one. I'll see you there. All right, everyone, just got to Devil's Hopyard State Park. This is a beautiful waterfall. Unfortunately, the sun has come out. If you're ever wanting it to be a sunny day, just tell me to go to Devil's Hopyard State Park, because the sun is always out every time I come here. I've been hoping for a cloudy day to come shoot this waterfall because there's no trees to cover it. Oh well, we're gonna walk down to the waterfall and just get some long exposures, try out live ND with the sun, see how long we can get it, and overall just see how this one looks. See you guys down there. All right, everyone, welcome to Devil's Hopyard State Park. This is Chapman Falls, and this is about a 60-foot tall waterfall. It's kind of hard to gauge that, to be honest with you, but luckily the clouds are finally cooperating. I got a few minutes of clouds and I was able to get a few photos without the sun blowing out the waterfall. Looks like the clouds are about to go, so the waterfall's gonna get bright again. Every time I come here, it seems to be sunny, and I always struggle with it. Luckily today, I managed to get a couple photos before the sun came back out. But this is one of Connecticut's finest. This is a beautiful waterfall. It's at a state park. It's protected land. There's no litter anywhere, luckily. So we managed to get a lower composition right here on the water. This is a really beautiful waterfall. It's really grand. It's a pretty wide waterfall too. This is a nice spot for anyone who's looking to just have a nice day trip here in Connecticut. We have the OM-1 Mark II with the 12-40. We are using live ND. Right now I'm at ND32, aka 5-stop ND filter. We're getting about half a second with the sun being on the waterfall. It's a little bit bright. Unfortunately, we did miss the autumn foliage this year here at Devil's Hopyard, but honestly, I'd rather have a flowing waterfall and no autumn foliage than not a flowing waterfall. For those of you who wonder why I complain about the sun so much, you know, I know so many people are like, I love the sun, I love when it's sunny, I love going outside when it's sunny. I love the sun too, but let me say, when I'm out here shooting waterfalls, I actually prefer it to be overcast and rainy and cloudy. The clouds actually kind of diffuse the light, and it gives you a nice soft light on your waterfalls, which allows for a better long exposure. Trying to do a long exposure when the sunlight is directly on the waterfall, it makes that water a little bit bright, and therefore it's a little bit harder to get such a long picture without blowing out the waterfall. We are using live ND. We are currently at 5 ND32, which is 5 stops. You can see the live ND effect as the camera, as just here on live, you can actually see the live ND, and then we're going to take the photo. And there's our final product. Live ND right on the screen. Really, really loving this waterfall here. Let's focus up here. Let's do half a second, see how half a second looks. I absolutely love this shot. I really like that you can see the upper part of the falls here without the sky. So it's it makes this waterfall look really grand without seeing the sky in it. So I've now switched all the way to the highest ND filter I have, which is ND 128 AK 7 stops, because I'm trying to get these little strands of the water, the foam from the waterfall as I go. So we're about 3 seconds right now. All right, I found another composition. This is where a little bit wider angle of a lens would work. I really like that I have this rock down here in the corner, and of course there's foam right here and the waterfall in the background, so it's kind of a photo with some depth to it. I wish I had the 8-25 though, because the 12-40 is a little tight right here. I don't really like having that rock in the bottom corner, but either way, I really like having the leading foam, the rock and the foam kind of leading your eye up to the main attraction of the waterfall. Kind of a precarious position here on the rock with the camera. Right now I'm doing about 2 to 3 seconds, which is actually longer than I actually like to do for waterfall photography. But I am looking to get the streaks in the photo more than anything. So I'm looking for the streaks in the photo. If I was just shooting the waterfall, then I'd be at about 1 to 2 seconds. 2 to 3 is just the waterfall does start to lose a little bit of its texture that I like. You know, it does kind of just turn to a whitewash. But, you know, once again, I'm going for the streaks here. I really love having the foam from the waterfall. And if you do about 3 seconds, it gives you a nice long exposure effect, which just adds to the photo in my opinion. All right, everyone, we're gonna wrap up today's video here. I hope you enjoyed the waterfalls, the photography, the tips, the tricks. I am so thankful that the clouds cooperated with me. I was so worried I'd be here and the sun would just be out and it'd be so bright. Luckily, that's not the case, so thank you, Mother Nature. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button for more waterfalls, cameras, photography, all that fun stuff. This is Waterfall Joe. Thank you so much for watching. Go chase some waterfalls, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much.